People who chose not to have kids. What's your life like now? My life is terrible because of my wife and I have kids, even though I chose not to have any. A couple years ago, before my wife and I were even dating, I was very clear and upfront about the fact that I didn't want kids. I had too many traumas to be a good father, and I was afraid of my genetic mental illnesses being passed down. She also agreed that she could live her entire life without having kids, and that wasn't anything that was super important to her. Her telling me that made me believe that we had a real future together, but every breathing day, I regret meeting this woman. Our marriage was great. It was just the two of us, which meant dual income, and we were able to travel the world together. We made a lot of friends in different countries and on different cruise ships, but then, on one specific cruise ship, we met another couple like us, who didn't have kids originally, but had changed their minds. They told us that eventually they got tired of not having someone new to care for, and they felt guilty for not continuing their bloodline. I understood their position, but having kids still wasn't for me. That conversation, however, changed my wife's entire perspective. Every waking moment on that cruise, she tried convincing me that maybe we should have kids, and that it would be selfish of me not to have any. I told her it would be selfish of me to have kids because of my illnesses. After constant arguing, she gave up and told me that everything was fine. I believed her, and I had no idea how wrong I was. One night on the cruise, I had too much to drink and was barely conscious. My wife knew that, and I hardly remember her trying to do things in bed with me, but I blacked out, so the memory faded. I assumed nothing happened, but not long after the cruise ship, my wife started throwing up. 2 mornings in a row she was throwing up without any signs of her being sick. She said her chest felt swollen and that the pain was unbearable. I took her to the doctor, and lo and behold, she was pregnant. Neither of us could believe it. We had always done such a meticulous job at being protected that the chances of her getting pregnant was close to zero. My wife was ecstatic and said that it was a happy accident, like Bob Ross says, but this entire thing felt wrong. During her entire pregnancy, I stayed by her side and did a lot of work on myself to prepare for our baby. I was terribly scared, but I knew I was going to love my child no matter what. When it came time to deliver our beautiful baby boy, I was so excited. In the delivery room, I held my wife's hand while she pushed out a baby with the most beautiful eyes. They were so beautiful, I just kept looking at him. That's when it hit me. The doctor and nurses in the room kept looking at the baby and then back at the two of us. The baby was Asian, and that's when I remembered everything. The night I blacked out on the cruise ship, my wife didn't do anything to me. She was the one who kept giving me drinks and then snuck off to the couple we met. My wife seriously thought I wouldn't notice the baby was Asian. When I asked her about it, she said the baby's race was because of her ancestral genes. It's now been 2 years since my baby's birth, and I don't know if I should leave because that would make me an absent father. I've been trying to find the cruise ship couple online, but I haven't had a clue. I know my wife doesn't know that I know, so I documented everything in a court case for our eventual divorce when the kid turns 18.